from Japan going live. I'm not gonna lie, I was not gonna go live today. I was tired, I was doing shit, and I was like, I don't have the energy. But I did promise, I made a promise to myself that I'd be going live every day in August, even if it's 10 minutes. It's gonna be a 10-minute short live, but I'm here to speak about the books and art that I offer from Japan. This is a book that I wrote and an art piece made by a Japanese artisan. That is a no theater mask. This is a thriller book, psychological techno thriller book based in Japan, and it is called Cortez in the Blockchain. Now, yesterday I spoke about this book, The African Blockchain, also based in Japan, by the way, but obviously African blockchain, so it has some African elements. Today, I'm going to talk about Cortez in the blockchain. This book, I wrote this book because I was interested in the blockchain, and the filter is back. The TikTok filter is back. I gotta learn how to turn this off. This book, I was very interested in learning about what quantum mechanics and just quantum computers, frankly, how is that going to affect the blockchain? How is that going to affect the security of the blockchain? And so I wrote a book about the technically last purely ethnic Japanese person in a future not so far off from our own present. And basically, he enlists the help of a Jamaican neuroscientist. I'm Jamaican. Wrote it from my perspective. This neuroscientist studied research, spent most of his adult life in Japan, just like the author. And yeah, so this last pure ethnically Japanese person decides to upload himself to the blockchain. If you don't know, the blockchain is just peer-to-peer interactions on the internet between two people without anybody in between. And Cortez, this Japanese guy, the last technically purely ethnic Japanese person, decides, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna upload my consciousness onto the blockchain. So he wants to live in the digital world because he had enough of the physical world. And he saw it as a way to preserve his genes. I don't know if this is gonna happen, but a lot of people are talking about how Japan is running out of people, they're not having enough babies, so I thought it was an interesting concept. And yeah, so basically this guy uploads himself to the blockchain. He thinks it's gonna be a utopia, amazing future where everybody exists in this digital realm. And he decides to become a pioneer. But the Jamaican neuroscientist, grounded in reality, has a more materialist view of the world. Everything can be solved through science and math. He's like, that's not gonna work. People are not gonna let go of their physical bodies, and the book basically follows their dynamics. So eventually Cortez, the last Japanese dude inside the blockchain, starts to communicate with Marcus, the Jamaican neuroscientist, in the physical world, and they start discovering things about, nefarious things that can only be uncovered if you pull back the curtain. And yeah, it's an interesting, exploration of quantum mechanics, blockchain, but also that typical psychological conflict you get in the big time thrillers. So if you're interested in reading a techno thriller or a psychological thriller based in Japan, then you're gonna have to grab this book, BrandonShin.net. Or if you're on TikTok or YouTube, check out the shop. All the products should be attached. I think TikTok shop actually is only this mask. But yeah, that is Cortez and the blockchain. It was interesting because a lot of the research about quantum mechanics, quantum physics, all of it basically comes down to nobody knows what quantum mechanics is. And someone said, "Konbanwa, Nihon ga o suki nano desu ka?" Yes. Hello. Girigiri Natsuaki. はい、日本が好きです。この能面も買ってますので、日本が大好きです。日本について小説も書いてます。あとは職人さんが作ってる能面もアメリカ人たちに輸出してます。Yeah, so Cortez and the blockchain, all of the research I did on the quantum mechanics and quantum physics, all of it said the same stuff. Basically, that nobody knows, nobody understands quantum mechanics. And I think it was Richard Feynman, I forget how to say his last name, but the guy that basically says to actually know something, you should teach it. And there's like so many layers. I think he had a video on magnets. And yeah, he basically said the same shit, that nobody understands quantum mechanics. Nobody understands quantum physics. So that actually made me feel a little bit better. It took off the pressure, because at first I was like, what is all this? But every expert that I came across in the research process was saying that even after all these years, we just don't know how it works. And it always ended up down like a spiritual road, which was interesting. I think they said quantum physicists are the only scientists that accepts a lot of what religion says. ギリギリ夏脇さん、ノーという文化は私も素晴らしいと思ってます。本も出版されてるのですね。機会があるときに読んでみたいです。はい、ギリギリ夏脇さん、ノーが好きなんですね。ノーって見たことありますか？あとは英語の本読めますか？これ英語なのでちょっと日本語に訳そうと思ってるんですけど、ちょっとまだまだ決まってないので、決めてないというか。Yes, welcome to the live. I'm going live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, but it seems like YouTube is bringing in my Japanese audience, while TikTok, I'm reaching the States. So that's an interesting development here. Got a Japanese person on YouTube asking me about why I like Japan, why I moved to Japan. Yeah, I should probably make a video about that and put it on my YouTube. That's a good, that is a good idea for content. If you're just joining, I'm here talking about books that I've written based on my 10 years here in Japan, as well as all the people, places, and experiences that I've come across, as well as offering art from traditional Japanese artisans. So if you're interested in that, head over to my website, BrandonShin.net, and you can get all that stuff over there. Or if you're watching live right now, just click on the shop, click on the products on this live, and you should be able to see what I offer. Again, these lives super short, aiming for 10 to 20 minutes every day in August. At first I was tired. I said I'm not going to do a live today, but fuck it. We are here. And it looks like I'm coming up on the 10 minutes. So appreciate you guys for joining. 参加していただいてありがとうございます。Thank you for the TikToks. If you want books and art from Japan, like this techno thriller and psychological thriller, BrandonShin.net. If you want the Japanese no mask, head over to BrandonShin.net. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate